All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm so happy and I'm excited that we're finally here for our live section. Remember, it was supposed to be on Monday, but we had a little challenge, technical issue, so that's why we're not able to see us here on Monday. Yes. So is actually our Monday live, so we're saying Thursday live. It's actually supposed to be our Monday live. And today is going to be our question and answer section. Question and answer section. I love this section. I always love our question and answer section because that's where a lot of people try to get clarity on the things that we've said before. A lot of people try to get clarity on the things that we've said before. So, welcome to our Monday slash Thursday live, and I'm super excited to have you here with me today. So, we'll have some interesting questions, very interesting questions that we're going to be answering today. Very interesting questions that we're going to be answering today, and I know that um, we're going to get clarity. So we'll just go right into it. So remember, these questions are questions coming from our previous live sections. Our previous live section, all the Mondays we've had live sections, the things that we've taught, and the things that we talked about. So these are some of the questions that came out of those live sections. And if you're listening to me, or if you're listening to me for the first time and you're joining us for the first time, my name is Maki Bernard, and I'm so excited to have you here as a first time. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It's an error for you to be listening to me and you're not yet subscribed to our channel, or you finish listening to me at the end of this live session and you don't subscribe to our channel. So make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you get the first hand notification anytime we're live. You get the first hand notification anytime we share something inspiring. Remember, we're here to inspire you to become the woman you're meant to be. We're here to inspire you to become that woman that you've always desired to be, that woman that you're meant to be. So that's why we're here. So subscribe to our channel so you get a first-hand notification for so that anytime we're live or anytime we're online, you're able to get to join us. All right. So this is our question and answer section, and for every of the Mondays, anytime you have a question, you can send us an email. You can send an email to uniquefemaleacademy@gmail.com. So we also get to answer your questions. So thank you very much for joining me, and we are going to just go right into it. And yes, give me a minute. Okay, so sorry about that. You need to share this, make sure you're sharing this live with someone. Make sure you've shared it to someone, your friends. Remember, like I said, your female friends, your female acquaintances, anybody that is, that is a female, you need to share this live section to them so that they'll be able to join us and be able to benefit from what it is that we're going to talk about today. So today we're going to be answering a few questions. We have like 5 questions, and we're going to be answering them. And we trust that we're going to get clarity out of these questions today. So even if you're not the one that sent the question, you can be able to you can listen to it and then get cleared on one or two things. So the first question we'll have here is, how can I prioritize my tasks and manage my time more effectively? How can I prioritize my tasks and manage my time more effectively? Time management is a very important thing. If you're going to actually do what it is that you're supposed to do and be able to do it on time and be able to achieve what you're supposed to achieve in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year, you must be able to manage your time properly. Manage your time properly. So the person is saying, how can I prioritize my tasks and manage my time more effectively? The first thing is that I always say it, before you even step into a day, you should be able to know what it is that you're supposed to do that day. So what am I trying to say? Before the next day, or before as you're ending your day, like today I've ended, and you finish reflecting on what happened today and reviewing it and everything. The next thing you're supposed to do is to be able to plan your next day. Even if you don't do it at the end of the day, you can do it first thing in the morning. First thing before you step out of your house in the morning, you should be able to plan your day and know this is what I'm supposed to do today. These are the things I need to do. These are the things I'm not going to. I'm not supposed to do today. So you should be able to plan your day. So you write out everything you need to do in a day. Write it on paper. Most people say I have it in my head. Write it on paper. You must pen it down. The things that I'm supposed to do today, you're going to pen it down. So the first thing you're going to do to be able to help you manage your time well is that you're going to write out the things you're supposed to do in a day. You're going to pen it down on paper. And when you've written it down, you're going to divide it into 4 categories. You're going to divide it into 4 categories. You're going to write down the urgent and important ones. You're going to write them first. The urgent and important ones. Then you write down the urgent but not important. Urgent and important ones first. Important, not urgent. You write down the ones that are important, but you know they are not urgent. That's the second category. The third category is urgent but not important. Urgent but not important. Then the fourth category is not urgent, not important. So the first, you're going to divide the things you're supposed to do in a day. You're going to divide it into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent, not important. Then you have the last one, which is not urgent, not important. So from the way you've divided this, you already know that the first thing you're going to be doing that day is to work on the urgent and important ones. So that's the next thing you're going to do. You're going to write down the urgent and important ones and work on them first. You're going to work on them first. So once you start your day, you start your day by first of all working on the urgent and important things that you need to do. So that's the first thing you're going to work on. As you're setting out to go out from your house, you're going to focus first on the urgent and important ones. So and the next thing you're going to do, you're going to put time frame. Okay, I'm supposed to do this thing from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I'm supposed to do that from 12 p.m., sorry, to 1 a.m. to 1 p.m. So you should be able to time block it, put time for everything you're supposed to do. I'm supposed to do this too, and you're also going to put the times you're going to go on break. Okay, I'm going to go on break so and so time. I'm going to go on break so and so time. I'm going to do this and do that so and so time. So that's the way you're going to be able to put it in such a way that when you look at it, you'll be able to run. That's why I said you're going to write them down. Don't say I have it somewhere, I have it in my head. Anytime I want, I can just bring it out and then I will now do it. No, write it down. Write out, put it in category, these 4 categories that we've talked about. Then put time. Put time. Remember, those things that are not urgent and they are not important, you can even remove them from your to-do list for the day. You can even reschedule them and remove them. Then you now focus on the ones that are very important and the ones that are urgent. Then another thing is that avoid multitasking. Yes, avoid multitasking. Once you've written down these things that you're supposed to do, and you've written out the urgent and important ones, the next thing you're going to do is you focus on it. Focus on it. Avoid multitasking. Don't say, let me do this one as I'm doing this one. Let me also be doing this one as I'm doing this one. Let me also be checking this one. You will finally not be able to do anything. You finally not be able to get it done. So avoid multitasking. Focus on one. When you're done with that one, you cannot be able to now begin to do the rest. Avoid multitasking. Once you set out to do things the urgent and important ones for the day, focus on it. When you're done with it, you can now be able to now try to now find out, okay, what's the next thing. Let me now go to the next one. Focus on one first. When you're done with it, you can now go to the next one. Another one says avoid distractions. Avoid distraction. Anything that is not aligning to that thing you've written down to do in the day is a distraction. The one major distraction we have is our phones. Your phone can be a major distraction. Your phone can be a major distraction. So at some point, you need to put your phone on vibration, you need to put it on silent. At some point, you even need to switch it off. Because as you're working, once you just get a notification, you want to know, what is it? Well, okay, let me check. I will take time. Let me just check. It's a major distraction. So you're going to be able to try to eliminate distractions. Eliminate distractions. So that's one of the things that will be very important that you do is that you switch off your phones, you put it on silent, or you find a way to make sure that the things that you're going to be doing are things that should align or that things that align with what you've set out to do for the day. Anything that does not align with what you set out to do for the day is a distraction, and you must find a way to eliminate it. So the next thing you're going to do is that once you've done all these things and you've come back to your house, try to review it. Try to review what you've done, review, reflect, and repeat. You review, you reflect. Okay, how did it go? Did it go well? Did it not go well? What do I need to change? What do I need to do again? Or what am I supposed to remove from what I've done? You review, you reflect, and you repeat. You repeat the same process again the next day. You write the things you're supposed to do, you write them down. After writing them down, you check the ones that are important, the ones that are urgent, the ones you need to eliminate, then you go over it again. So that these are some of the things that you need to do to be able to prioritize your tasks and manage your time more effectively. If it's not on paper, it's not useful. If it's not on paper, it's not urgent. If you've not written it down, it's not important. If it's not on paper, it's not urgent. If you've not written it down, that means it's not important. So when you reflect on these things, you review and then you repeat. Repeat, I mean, is that when you check how that day went and you now come back, you're able to reflect on it and be able to repeat it again. So every day you have your to-do list. Every day you have your important and urgent, which you need to focus on first. And you keep going like that, and like that. So I believe I have been able to answer that question. So the second question is, what indicators can I use to measure my growth and progress? What indicators can I use to measure my growth and progress? What indicator can I use to measure my growth? The first thing you need to understand is that you need to be able to define what growth means to you. Yes. You need to be able to define what does growth mean to me as a person. Remember, we'll have um what's it called now? We'll have different when it comes to personal development, there are a lot of things that are involved. There are a lot of things that are involved. So you need to be able to, excuse me. Okay, so you should be able to define what growth means to you as a person. What does growth means to me? What growth means to you might not be what growth means to me. So you should be able to define what does growth mean to me as a person. When I talk about growth, what is it that I will look at and say, okay, I'm actually growing. What does it mean? What growth means to me might not be what it means to you. Are you getting? The areas you want to grow in might not be the areas I want to grow in. So you must first of all define what growth means to you as a person. What growth means to you as a there are different areas of personal development. There is spiritual development, there is mental development, there is emotional development, there is physical development, social and relationship development. So you should be able to find a way to define where where do I want to focus on? What areas do I want to focus on? What areas of personal development do I want to focus on? You should be able to define it. You should be able to write it down so that you will now be able to now know, okay, am I making progress or not? You need to define it first for you to be able to know, find out if you're actually making progress or not. Like I said, what it means to me might not be what it means to you. It means different things for different people. Growth means different thing for different persons. The area I want to improve on might not be the area you want to improve on. So you should be able to define what growth means to you first before you can now be able to now begin to measure your progress. And once you've defined it, can now help you to measure your progress. Okay, this is who I used to be before. This is who I used to be before. I was not really a confident person, but I've started being I started speaking out. I started talking in meetings, in social gatherings. I've been able to, I'm able to start coming out. I'm able to start coming out. I don't used to show myself before. I can't even talk about few things or certain things, but now I can be able to talk about it. I can be able to, I now have the courage to be seen. I now have the courage to step forward. I now have the courage to step out. So once you've defined it, it will help you track your progress. It will help you know, okay, am I making progress or not? You're someone that you're not confident. You're not a confident person. You can't talk. You're always shy. Whenever you're called to do one or two things, you're always shy. You can't be able to express yourself. And you now focus on it and decide to grow in that area. And you now realize, okay, now I can really talk. I can really say some things. I can really say my mind. I can really speak up, talk about my opinion in a matter. That means you're actually making progress. That means you're actually making progress. So the starting point of you making progress in your personal growth and development journey is for you to be able to define what growth means to you. Set out the areas where you want to focus on, the areas where you really want to improve on, and now begin to work on it. I believe I've been able to answer that question. So the third one says, how can I overcome obstacles on my growth journey? How can I overcome obstacles on my growth journey? The first thing you need to do in overcoming obstacles on your growth journey is that you need to understand that I need to accept that obstacles are part of your journey. Yes, obstacles are part of your journey. Challenges will come. Challenges will come. Some are expected ones, some are the ones that you didn't really expect to see. But just believe you me, challenges will come. And you're going to see them, you need to see them as an opportunity for lessons, not a dead end. It's not as though everything have ended because of one challenge. See some people they're just trying to come out, they're just trying to do some things. And because of just one challenge, they now went back into their shell and say, ah, I said it though, this thing is not for me. Oh. I said it, this thing is not for me. I'm not like them, I'm not like those people. No, things like that happen. So as you're even starting up in this your growth, personal growth and development journey, you must understand that obstacles will show up. The ones that you plan for, the ones you didn't plan for, obstacles will definitely show up. So what you're going to do is that you're going to already accept it. You need to accept it and say, okay, I know this is part of it, and so what do I do from here? So the first thing you need to do is that you need to accept that obstacles are part of the process. Obstacles are part of the process. So the second thing you need to do is that you need to start shifting from why me and start asking yourself, what is this thing going to teach me? What is it teaching me? What do I need to learn from this? This thing that just happened, what do I need to learn from it? What is it teaching me? Don't, a lot of people say, why me? Oh God, why me? Everything that just happened, you ask you, if it's not you, who will it be? Oh, why you? It's not you, Abi, it should be me now. So stop all this. Why me? Why is this happening to me? How come it's me? Who will it be if it's not you? So you need to shift from why me to start asking yourself, what is this teaching me? What do I need to learn from this? What do I need to remember? Every challenge, everything you face is an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity to now begin to benefit from that thing that is going on, whether good or bad. So you need to ask yourself critical questions like, what is this thing teaching me? What do I need to learn from this? What is it actually teaching me? What do I need to learn from it? So once you now shift your focus from why me and now begin to ask those questions, you will be able to see the lessons that in those things that are happening. So you need to shift from why me to what is this teaching me. You name the obstacle. That's the next thing you're going to do. Name what it is. No, once there is a problem, we don't try to really address the problem. So you need to begin to now name the obstacle. What is this? Where is this thing coming from? Break it down. Pieces it, break it down. Try to ask yourself, where is this thing coming from? What is going on? So you need to be able to name what it is that is. So once you're able to name it, you now be able to now find a way to now begin to tackle it. Once you're able to name it, I think our lights went off, so sorry about that. I believe you can still see me. So once you're able to name it, it's now help you to now be able to tackle the problem, because you can't tackle what you don't know. You can't tackle what you don't know. That's why it's very important for you to be able to name what it is that is going on so that you can be able to tackle it. The next thing, that you need to be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. I've seen some people when they are going through things, they'll say, it's not me. That is always like that. It keeps happening to me. Why is my own different? My own is always different. People's own is that how people's own used to be. My own is, be kind to yourself. Even in the midst of those challenges, learn to say good things to yourself. Learn to say good things, speak to yourself positively. Be kind to yourself. A lot of people are not kind to themselves. They are kind to every other person except themselves. You need to be kind to yourself and understand that even if I'm going through this challenge, even if this obstacle that just showed up is here to teach me, is not here to destroy me, is not here to break me, is here to teach me, and pick the lessons from it and move on. Pick the lessons from it and move on. So the next question, that's question number 4, is say, how can a female build herself in order to add value to meaningful networks and communities? How can I build myself in order to be able to add value to meaningful networks and communities? How can I be able to build myself? Okay, you cannot give value when you don't know your worth, when you don't know yourself. So it starts by knowing yourself. So how can I be able to build myself? Yes, it starts by knowing yourself. You need to know yourself. You need to know who you are. You need to know who you are. You need to fully understand your worth. You need to fully understand, okay, I'm Maki. Who am I? This Maki now. Who is Maki? You need to be able to understand, who am I? Who is Blessing? Who is Precious? Who is Deborah? So you need to be able to understand who you are. For you to be able to even give value, it starts by self-awareness. It starts by self-awareness. Do you have a concrete understanding of who you are? So what you ask yourself questions like, what do I love doing? What comes naturally to me? What is that thing that comes naturally to me? What matters deeply to me? What matters deeply to me? So these are some of the questions that you need to ask yourself. You don't just say, I want to add value, I want to add value. You need to know yourself first before you're able to add value. You need to know who you are first. Who you are, what can I do? What are the things that come naturally to me? What are the things that come naturally to me? What do I love doing? What matters to me deeply? So it's when you're able to know all those things. That's when you now know, okay, where exactly do I need to start adding value? From where do I start? From where do I start? So once you be able to now find out these things and understand yourself and be able to know who you really are, you now, the next thing to do is that you invest in continuous personal growth. You invest in continuous personal growth. I always say it, you can't give what you don't have. You can't pour from an empty cup. For you to be able to give value, it should be that you have value. You're valuable on yourself for you to be able to give value. So you can't give what you don't have, and you can't pour from an empty cup. So once you've understood yourself, the next thing is that you begin to grow. You invest in continuous personal growth. You invest in continuous learning. You invest in continuous personal growth, and you invest in continuous learning. If you're actually going to be a person of value, you need to be a person of value for you to be able to give value. I'll say that again. You need to be a person of value for you to be able to give value. So you can't pour from an empty. You need to be full. Once a cup is full, what it does is that you begin to pour out. If you're not full, you're not able to pour out. And you can't pour from an empty cup. So you need to be full for you to be able to pour out. So you need to first of all invest in yourself. It's good, it's beautiful. You want to give out. Yes, and it's very understandable and it's very impressive. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful mindset to have. But the first thing is that you need to invest in yourself first before you can be able to give value to others. So the next thing and the fifth one is, in what ways does meaningful work contribute to the growth and identity of a woman? I think this is coming from our last Monday live session. In what ways, in what ways does meaningful work contribute to the growth and identity of a woman? Okay. The truth is that work is very important. Work is very important. I'm not just talking about sitting in an office, doing anything that you do that involves critical thinking, that involves reasoning, that involves you trying to think, and anything you do that involves problem solving, that involves critical thinking is very important. It's very, you can't even emphasize that. It's very important because it builds you. That's the good truth. Anything that you engage in that involves critical thinking, problem solving, your ability to be creative, to come up with ideas, come up with things, it builds you as a person. It builds you as a person. It strengthens your self-worth, validates your abilities. It validates your ability because we all know that scripture that says he has left no one without a gift. There's something about you. There's something you have. And the only thing that will place demand on that thing you have is work. And when I talk about work, I'm not talking about trying to sit in an office or maybe trying to, the normal white collar job. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about anything that involves critical thinking, anything that involves you trying to solve a problem, that involves problem solving, anything that involves you being creative, that places demand on your creativity is work. Anything that places demand on your creativity that makes you try to think and solve a problem is work. And it's very important because it validates your ability. That's how you begin to know what do I even have. That's how you begin to ask yourself. And now once it's placing demand on you, you're trying to look out for it. You're trying to find, okay, what do I have? This is what I have. These are my abilities. These are my giftings. These are the things I can do. And you now begin to now enhance. When you now begin to enhance those things, you're growing, you're improving. So work is very important for a woman. It's very important. It's very important. You need to say that it builds your confidence. The more you engage, the more your confidence is built. The more you're working, the more your confidence, the more you're thinking, you're creative, you're coming up with new ideas, you're innovative, the more your confidence is being built. So it's very important. It builds your confidence the more you engage in something meaningful, the more confidence you build. It fuels personal growth. It fuels personal growth. You will not even see the need to grow. You will not see the need to try new things, or maybe the need to begin to invest in yourself if nothing is putting demand on you. If there is nothing putting demand on you, you will not see the need to grow. You will not even see the need, okay, I need to now begin to improve myself in this area. I need to now begin to work on myself more in this area. The reason why you're thinking of trying to work on yourself is because there's something putting demand on what it is that you have. And you've not seen the need to improve yourself. Once there is nothing putting demand on your giftings, there's nothing putting demand on your thinking abilities, there's nothing putting demand on your creativity, you won't see the reason, the need to grow. That's simple truth. You won't see the need to invest in yourself. You won't see the need to grow. So, but once there's something putting demand on you, you will see the need to grow and you begin to work on yourself. So, work is not just that you're doing one job or something like that. Work is personal evolution too. That's simple truth. Work is a personal evolution too, in the sense that as you're working, you're trying to look out for ways to grow the more. As demand is being placed on you, you're thinking, you're trying to look out for ways to begin to improve yourself, to now know what will I do so that I will be able to get better. How can I get better? What do I need to do so my life will keep improving? But if there's no work putting those demands on you, you will not be able to start thinking in that direction. The reason why you're thinking in that direction is because there's something putting demand on you, constantly putting demand on you. That's why you're thinking in that direction. So work is very important. Work is very important. I say it and I say it again. Any system that says you shouldn't do any form of work or you shouldn't work. When I say any form of work, I'm not saying you guys stand in an office and you're doing white collar job. Work can be anything. Anything that is putting demand on your creativity, your reasoning, your thinking, your abilities is work. Is work. So any system that says you should just stay and not do anything, okay, there's no problem. But please, you must understand that work is a very important part of your life. Like I said in the previous live session, that was on Monday, last Monday. I said something. I said work is a part of your nature. Work is a part of your nature. If you believe that you're made in the image and likeness of God, then you're expected to work. Because even God that created you, He's working and He's still working. So work is a part of your nature as a woman. If you believe that you're made in the image and likeness of God, then you are expected to work. Work is part of your nature. It's part of your nature. It's not just something that you're doing just to put food on the table, or maybe something you're doing just to pay bills. And it's not about the money. Remember that last Monday we talked about 5 reasons why you're supposed to work. And money is even the last one. Any day living is even the last one. Any day living is even the last. So you need to go back to that Monday live session and be able to watch it again. Any day living is the last thing. So there are a lot of things. It helps improve your potentials. It plays demand on your potentials, and you now try to now say, okay, I need to improve myself, which is a very important aspect of work. I think that's the last question. Yes, that's the last question, and I believe that we've been able to answer these 5 questions, and you will need to go over and over on the live session for you to be able to understand what it is that we've said. So remember where we started from. Prioritizing your time, managing your time is very important. So when you try to go over it over and over again and repeat it the next time, you're going to master it, and it's now going to be something that is going to be part of your daily life. Part of your daily life. Anything that you have in your head is not important. It's important when you've written it down. The moment you put it down on paper, your brain just says, this is really very important. You've written it down. It's very important. So if it's still in your head, it's not urgent and it's not important. If you want it to be if it's going to be urgent and important, or if you want your brain to mark it as urgent and important, it means that you're going to pen it down and you're going to put it in paper and you're going to start rolling with it. So thank you very much for joining me today. And I think this is where we're going to end it. Remember, next Monday we're going to be here live again. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe so that you're going to get the first hand notification whenever we come live. Whenever we post anything, whenever we come live, you're going to get the first hand notification. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, your female friends. It's very important. Their acquaintances, those people that are close to you and they are females, they need to know what it is that we're talking about, and you need to share this live session with them, and so that they'll be able to catch a replay of it. Don't forget, make sure you subscribe to our channel, and I'm going to see you next time I see you. So thank you very much. My name is Maki Bernard, and I'm excited and I'm grateful for yes, thank you for joining me today's live session. See you again on Monday. Bye bye. So this is where we're going to end it today. And thank you so much. See you again when I see you. Bye.
So we are continuing on Monday.